Hello, hello, how's it going? I'm just getting set up here and showing you a little bit of humor in the meantime. Alright, hello, hello, how's it going everyone? Good to see you all. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I'm doing well. I've been doing a lot of bossing today, so I'm going to be grinding once again today. It won't be the most interesting stream, but as always I do want to, you know, pop in and say hello. So yeah, we'll start the day at 3 or 4. You started playing MapleStory Idle on your phone and it's so cute. It's a really fun game. I really enjoyed it when I first played it. I think the problem is it gets stale pretty quickly, because when you first start the game out you progress really quickly and it's really enjoyable. I don't want to ruin the mood. You're really enjoying it. It's a cute game for sure. It's fun. It's got its quirks. But yeah, so I've been mostly bossing today. I've got 2 Dark Pearl rings ready to go, and I actually have the scrolls ready to go for it as well. I think I did over like 200 pianos today, and it didn't really, I didn't really get that lucky. I was lucky to get 2 scrolls, I guess, so I can't really complain. But yeah, I've only got 2 rings, so I'm really desperate to finish my rings today. And we don't have too much else to scroll on top of that because I haven't been grinding at all today. But that's okay. Yeah, we'll just be checking in. Maybe I'll jump in the test server, I don't know, because there've obviously been a lot of 4th job balance changes. Then you're level 60 and now is slow, but the community is nice. That's really nice, and that's all that really matters. If you enjoy the game and the community is nice, much like I think, you know, Chronostory is for the most part, then yeah, it's an enjoyable time. But yeah, I'm also in saving mode for 4th job, so, you know, I've got 600 Chaos Crystals, that's not bad. I want to save a little bit more, basically with no idea, no direction on what we're getting with Dragon Canyon, whether we're getting, you know, level 110 equipment or dragon weapons. Without any of that information, I don't really want to commit too many more resources. D-Star, my man, how's it going? Saw that insane cape, congrats my guy. It was insane for many reasons. One of them was I wasn't even trying to do 530s on it until I flipped a coin between 30 and 60, and then it rolled 30 each time, and then that also passed. So it was a really insane one. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you back in the game. Hosting some Xeno parties, so yeah, hope you've been well, man. It was meant to be. It actually was meant to be. It's 530s when you're not even trying to go for 30%. It's insane. Let me turn my music up a little bit. By the way, now I want to also try to play Classic, but I'm scared because I don't know anything about it. I don't think it's a bad thing not knowing anything about it. There's a lot of, you know, old databases out there, especially Hidden Street is the main one that comes to mind that has all the information from back, you know, what the game used to be back in the day, and you can search anything, monsters, weapons, maps, all that sort of good stuff. So if you really want to learn about it, you could look at that, but you can also just look at people play the beta test. You know, a lot of people streamed that, it was extremely popular. And that's a good insight as well into what Classic is going to look like. Not that I myself am personally excited or anything, I'm not particularly, but yeah, it's a really good way to get into it and get hyped. Unfortunately, it's hard to also get hyped without a release date and without, you know, knowing when it's going to come, fearing for the worst that it might be 2027, and knowing that they're going to do an additional, you know, beta test. That's not ideal, but it kind of is what it is. So the hype was at its highest a lot earlier, but yeah, people are still very much looking forward to Classic. Alright, let me get my training tracker on. And then I'll turn the volume up a little bit more. Nice, how's it going, my man? Not all heroes wear capes, but mine wears... that is... oh my god, that line is so funny, man. But mine wears a 27 stat musketeer. What a line. That's so funny. That's what's good about it, not knowing, knowing nothing, everything feels new. Yeah, absolutely. You know, you can ruin it by knowing too much about it, you know, similarly to like a movie spoiler or something. Yeah, sometimes the less you know is better. I myself am guilty of like, you know, playing a new game, corrupting myself by like trying to look at guides and, you know, anything I can find out about the game and know what the best, you know, path is, what the most efficient way to play the game is. Like, that's how my mind thinks, unfortunately. And it does sometimes make it pretty hard to enjoy whatever I'm doing, because I'm so fixated on like the best possible way to do it. I was wondering why I'm attacking slow. It's because I'm using the unwelcome wand. I haven't changed it back from when I was bossing. That's okay. So yeah. Are you playing Classic, right? Is Fire Mage good? Because on Idle, you're playing Fire Poison Mage. Fire Poison Mage was very good in the beta test. I'm going to be playing it, but I won't be like... I don't think I'm going to pivot into it being my main game. Obviously, we're on Chronostory on MapleStory Worlds, and this has been my, you know, main enjoyment for a while now, maybe up to a year. So I have no intention of leaving. I think this is a really great server. It's crazy now because like even there's a purple cape that I literally just picked up and I'm not even like excited for it anymore. I don't even need to check. The only thing that would excite me if it's like 7/7 somehow, but the odds of that are like 1 in like 3,000. I mean 12 stat is good, but like what am I gonna do with this? Hit 530s and time my current one? Not really, right? So, you know, it's an NPC, as crazy as it sounds. But yeah, I've only bossed today. I think I got 12% just from bossing, so that kind of like tells you how long I've been bossing for. What server do you play? This is Chronostory on MapleStory Worlds. Because we obviously don't have Classic at the moment, and there's not many, you know, not too many other good servers to play, in my opinion. Like, Chronostory is the most enjoyable for me. It's kind of funny, I was watching Dino Fries play Nextale, and I'm just appreciative of how much better quality of a game this game is compared to some of the other ones we have on MapleStory Worlds. So yeah, let me put my timer on for the grinding. I'll probably do like a good like... I started a bit later today, so I think I might need to reduce my grinding time. So I think I'll go for like 45 minutes. And then yeah, the main event will be the rings, but I'll do a good amount of Gachapon again. I did 1,500 tickets last stream and got nothing. So that was pretty disappointing. Reuters, hello, hello. First time playing in Ice Lightning. Haven't played in years. Mind explaining the mid-gear part of your guide? You say there's 2 sets. 50 to 80 and 50 to 60 and 68 to 70. Yeah, all I mean by that is, so you're definitely going to use the Evil Wings, the level 65 weapon. And then you can choose what you want to accompany that with, whether it's the level 60. Oh, nice. I think my YouTube alerts always go crazy, I might mute it, but Nigel, good to see you, hello, hello. But yeah, sorry, so you use the Evil Wings and you can choose, I prefer the level 70 set to go with it, so the level 70 helmet, gloves, and shoes. But you also can, if you want to, and if it's convenient, use the level 60 helmet, glove, and shoes. Scrolling timer is a nice touch. Nigel, it's been there every time. Is it okay to be free to play on Maple Worlds? That's the thing, it's another one of the reasons why I don't think I'm going to enjoy Classic as much, and another reason why I love Chronostory. Chronostory is very free-to-play friendly, extremely free-to-play friendly. You won't really feel like you're at a disadvantage. You can even buy pets with Miso in-game, so you don't need to spend literally anything. Recent-ish, right? No, not even recent-ish, Nigel, but anyway, it's okay. I'll let you pass on that one. But yeah, sorry, Reuters, just going back to what you were saying, I recommend the level 70 set, it's the better set, and the shoes have magic attack on them, so it's preferred. But if you want to run the level 60 set with the Evil Wings, you can also do that. But don't worry about 58, sorry, I didn't mean 58. The overall should be... Yeah, sorry, the overall's 58 and the gear is 60, or it's 68 and the gear is 70. Go for the 68 and 70. 68 overall, 70 helmet, gloves, and shoes. T minus 43 minutes to despair. I have 2 attempts. 2 attempts at 30%. And historically up until now, I've passed 3 out of 6 on the Dark Pearl ring, so I'm definitely above average. So, I don't know, I'd love to like get out of fish jail, it would be nice. But yeah, Chronostory, very free to play friendly. We suspect that Classic World won't be the same. It's pretty reasonable, obviously. You know, it's Nexon's pet project, their main game. Whereas when MapleStory Worlds, the creators dictate the monetization. And Balte's been very generous with the server for us. Stop being luckless at that point then. I don't have much issue in my early 30s with just a pig weapon since it's fast attack over the level 8 basic wand. Yeah, exactly. If you're luckless, then I guess the Pig Illustrator is perfectly fine up until now. My recommendation is to transfer to luck, but it's not mandatory. You could definitely easily play luckless if you like your luckless gear and you're comfortable with it, up until level 107. But I personally like the 65-70 set. You've had it for 10 streams? Oh, you actually counted. Okay. I feel like it might even be more than that. Maybe I'm wrong. You're checking, so like you can fact check me. 10 weeks probably? Yeah. That's why it feels so long, because like I don't even stream that often, right? So therefore, in time, it's a long time. But yeah, I'll definitely want to talk about the 4th job balance changes, but not so much that it'll warrant me jumping on the test server. I think the Ice Lightning balance changes were pretty minimal and pretty favorable for us, to be honest, considering how strong the class already was. That's the plan on when to swap over. I'll start farming for the gear at 60 and hope you get the 70 pieces. Yeah, exactly, and you don't need to greed too hard on, you know, the exact stats of your weapon. You can settle for, you know, like 2-3 stats less than the maximum, and yeah, just generally overall it's a good set. But yeah, 4th job balance changes. I mean, there's a whole list there. It's really extensive. It's hard to cover every change, but I'm fixated on the Ice Lightning, and the only changes we got was Chain Lightning getting favorable increased vertical range, which is really good because, yeah, when I was in 304 and using Chain Lightning, it did feel like I couldn't hit anything if I was just standing still on the middle platform. I couldn't hit the top row, I would have had to jump, but I think now people are telling me you don't even need to jump, so I'm really going to feel the difference of that, you know, increased vertical range. Maybe I'll jump on the test server later, I'm not sure. I don't even think it's like that worth my time, to be honest, but I might show for the sake of it. And then the other main change is that they increased the full map attack Blizzard cooldown from 15 to 18, which I think is a necessary change. I think any of the full map attacks hitting, having a 15-second cooldown and then being reduced by 1 second for every mob you kill, and hitting 15 targets, so you can just, you know, line up 15 targets, hit it, and then your cooldown's back up. That was overpowered. So at the very least, you'll have like a 3-second cooldown now on Blizzard, and you can just put in a couple of Chain Lightnings on some mobs and get that right back up. So it's not going to feel like it's on cooldown for long, but it needs to have a cooldown, so I think it's a good change, and I don't really think it nerfs Blizzard all that much. So yeah, happy days for the mages in my opinion. I think all the mages are looking really strong, but especially Ice Lightning with how nice Chain Lightning is. So did you manage to watch the video? Which one, Nigel? Oh, yours. I flicked up briefly and then I got distracted. Trust me, I promise, I get so much less free time than you would think. Like right after I'm streaming, I'm out of here. So I apologize. Like I literally brought up your DM, I read your DM, and then I got distracted by something. Regret, okay? I'm a terrible friend. Please forgive me. Alright, let me dice myself. 3, 3, 1. Ew, what? Hold on, something? Alright, well, I'm fucked. What the fuck am I pressing? Alright, here we go. Will forgive after I've had my coaching redeem fulfilled. I have nothing in life to coach you on. I have no, you know, quantifiable skills that you will want to learn from me. But yeah, the other sad thing about the 4th drop balance changes was people complaining about Corsair extensively, saying it's weak and lower on the damage charts. I'll need more information on it. I think Balte was saying that Bullet Expert was bugged, so the damage wasn't calculating properly. I don't really know what to think about Corsair right now, but generally, signs are pointing to it not being that strong of a 4th drop class, which is a shame because I wanted to get my Corsair up to like level 200 at some point. It's sitting at 180. Sharky, good to see you. Once again, okay, you're not the Sharky that I keep seeing in game. Gotta keep telling myself that every time, but yeah, hello, hello. Sharky 2.0, I like it. That implies that you're the better Sharky. And the other Sharky I know is a level 170 Crusader. Let's not be hasty. That was a little hasty. A little presumptuous. Just fooling around. It's only a problem if 2 Sharkies come into my chat. Then we got a problem. Astronaut, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Easy OG is what I'm getting at. Gotcha, gotcha. Have you tried new test server patch? I haven't yet. I've read all the balance changes. I don't really think, at least for Ice Lightning, alone, it's definitely not big enough to get me to justify going on the test server. It's just an increase to the vertical range of Chain Lightning and a 3-second increase to Blizzard cooldown. There's nothing I really need to see with that. And yeah, while I'm kind of interested to check out the Bowman, who got an interesting change with like Dragon's Breath now being like a recoil shot kind of ability, and like maybe seeing if it has any good mobility with that. I don't think it's enough to like get me to want to play the test server right now on stream. I don't really think it's exciting content, to be honest. Like, not that, okay, it's ironic because I'm in 3 or 4 right now doing the same shit I've been doing forever. So what am I talking about with interesting content? I realize the irony. But still, I don't know. It's also a nuisance just like swapping jobs, upping all your skills. It just feels like there's no pace to it. I'm happy to get all my test server information from anyone else that plays it. I think the initial playthrough was like fine by me. New Ranger feels good to play? Oh, interesting. Yeah, I thought it might feel good to play. I'm like, okay, the class has mobility now and it's really quick. Isn't this really good? Maybe I try that out on my own time. I don't know how exciting it's going to be to do it on stream, but yeah, I mean, I think Bowman might be okay. Damage and the, you know, skills were never really an issue. It was always the class's mobility. And just giving it like max 250 speed with no other mobility, it does not feel good. So I'm glad that he made the change that he made. We are watching you just bunny hop for an hour. I know, before you came in, I pointed out the irony like immediately, okay? The irony is not lost on me. I get it. Gamer, Zach, how you doing, man? It's been a while since we've seen you. I hope you're well and hope we get to see you stream soon, man. I'm sure we'll see you back around when 4th comes out. Fourth for sure, hell yeah, hell yeah. I mean, you know, fingers crossed, it could be as soon as a week, as soon as 2 weeks. I mean, Balte definitely said that he's not expecting to do any major balance changes before 4th job goes live. So we've got to be close to the end at this point. Just say you need us because you're alone, lonely, and bunny hopping. I am, but, you know, I'm too prideful to say it. I won't say it, but you know it's true. But yeah, so we're not expecting any more balance changes. Obviously some changes might go on the live server once it's live, but Balte basically said he's expecting to just, you know, put this version of 4th job onto the server when it goes live. Could I perhaps hold a 1 bill of that experience you got lying around? It's not just lying around, it's contributing 50% to my level up. I can't just give it away. Then I'm set back like another 15 hours or something, you know? I mean, I just listened at this point. I just watched a vid about the fish boss trouble that made it easy to turn my brain off and grind 1 to 30. As long as you're entertained, Reuters, I guess that's all that really matters. We've put the fish trouble behind us now. Just, you know, for what it's worth, Argud and I are, you know, on good terms and we're talking separately, so it was all just like one big misunderstanding, but it's an, you know, yeah, it's an insightful experience maybe of like how better we can treat one another as players. I won't really get too, you know, analytical or insightful about it, but yeah, we're on good terms. This experience part took you 15 hours. Okay, more like, to be accurate, closer to like 12 hours according to my tracker. But still, it felt like 3 days to me. You were lost for like half of it and got 2 gacha tickets at level 20, then this weird chaos crystal, which you have to find what it does. It is very important. You're gonna really want to hold on to those. They're used for re-rolling your unwelcome gear and even clean gear as well. You're an Ice Lightning, so you don't really need it to roll clean gear. People use it to re-roll their base stats on pink adventurer capes and make sure those are 4 attack. But yeah, it's a really important currency, so you should be like fist pumping whenever you get one. Like much more than a Gachapon ticket, basically. I watched Nero earlier do Fish Boss. Yeah, I was with him for most of the day, Rodus, actually. But anyhow, is that for an earring at this point, or does it drop gear that you... does it drop something you need to gear level? Pianist is really just for the rings. So this is what I'm working on at the moment myself. You can get the Dark Pearl rings from Pianist, and it's the only place to get it. And it can drop, it has one slot and no stats on it. And we try to scroll a 30% scroll on it to get 3 stats. And then that's the best ring in the game at the moment. So that's the main incentive. There's really not much other incentives for Pianist. So when I'm done with the rings, I'll be done with Pianist. Your priest is 140, you're parking it, give your hunter some love now. I think the priest can get away with like only having like 2 max skills on 3rd job and still feel pretty good. Yeah, I don't really think you need to push a priest much further. I don't know if your hunter's on the same account or not, but yeah, Sharp Eye's pretty good. You can also get Dark Rings by trading mini Pianists. You guys can, I can't D-style. I'm maybe like, I want to say like 1500 mini Pianists. I honestly don't know how many. How many attempts is that? That's like 30 attempts. In 30 attempts, like redeeming 50 mini Pianists each, I have not hidden a scroll or a ring, like, or a Dark Pearl ring. So yeah, it's been pretty brutal for me. I might have been done already if I got a little luckier with that. Same account, you have no intention of muling yourself? Yeah, forget about that. And speaking of mules, my god, I've never seen the community so ingrained in this discussion about mules. Some people are so adamantly against it. I don't know where all this anti-mule rhetoric came from, but it's come out of nowhere. People are really, really discussing this issue at length and like trying to suggest solutions to what I think is not even a problem. Why am I grinding with Thunderspin now? I was doing that when I took a drink, but I don't need to do that anymore. But yeah, everyone wants to talk about muling and everyone has their own opinion on it. As the most consummate user of mules, obviously, I don't want anything to be done about mules. You've been lurking in the Discord about the mule nonsense. Me personally, I have no take on it. I don't do it and other people doing doesn't affect me. Yeah, pretty much. And it's not like other people doing it negatively impacts you, you know? They can help you out by sharing their mules with you as, you know, I'd like to do when 4th job starts if I'm not using them all. Like, I'm only using 3 dice meals at the moment, and I've invited people to my party to also enjoy those dice meals. I don't see why it's a negative thing to have mules. I think one of the counter arguments that people like to raise that maybe is not all that accurate is that mules occupy channel size, which is incorrect in my opinion. I'll just say in my opinion. Because they also contribute to generating the same amount of channels. So, you know, the net effect is neutral, is 0. So it's not like with less mules, you'll keep all the same channels. It wouldn't work that way. So I don't really understand that argument, to be honest. Yeah, I'm really not sure about that one. I think the people that hate mules are the most vocal about it. It was interesting because Balte put a poll about it. I did not think that would even be like a poll-worthy question. And apparently, I mean, it's pretty close right now. Let me see where the poll is sitting. I haven't looked at it in a minute. Wow, yeah. 31% want to keep it as is, 55% want some limitation, and 14% don't care. I mean, what even limitation would you put on it? Like, I don't even know how that would work, but yeah, I don't know. I think it's a pretty silly thing to even be putting any brains power towards. I don't really think it's an issue, but maybe someone can enlighten me if they are on the other side of this discussion about, you know, the reasons why they don't like it. I find myself in the minority opinion a lot more than you would think. Kunjinsu, review my gear. Okay. Don't have to review my gear, I'm just testing it. If you put a screenshot somewhere, like in what do you call it, like IMGUR Imager link or anything like that, I'll be happy to view your equipment. I know my gear is ours. Okay, well, I mean, I can redeem the points if it, you know, means anything to you, but yeah, I'm happy to review anyone's gear. Is there a reason for no HS meal? I assume you already max speed jumps to not have haste. The HS meal doesn't matter because the way HS was set up in this server is that you need to be, it needs to be actively, how do I explain this? Because HS has been changed multiple times. There is only a bonus to parties based on the amount of people that are actively grinding. I'm not actively grinding with anyone at the moment. If I were to have HS on me, it would have no effect. If I were to add someone into the party, then we would be getting an additional 20% experience. However, I'm sharing this map with a second person when I can more than cover, you know, most of it myself. So party play on most of the maps we have is really like nullified because none of the maps are big enough to support justifying a party more than it is playing solo. So a lot of the community really wants to see party maps in the game a lot more as well. And then HS has also been changed so that priests can solo with it and still get the additional experience. So it's kind of incentivizing priests to also play solo. So yeah, not my favorite change to HS. I really liked how it worked originally, but it is what it is. You stopped playing at 130. White Knight is just too bad of a class at the moment. Also, my scrolling went horribly. Wasted like 2 bill and 400 chaos crystals. I feel for you. It really hurts. I mean, okay, Pianist is extremely contested at the moment, but what one player is known for doing at the moment is when it's really busy and no one can really do bossing, you can go onto Pianist, go onto the channels that are nearly full, and most of the time, like, the Pianist will be up, because a party of 5 or 6 can't really go into those channels. And you can just solo Pianist for a pretty good rate, because White Knight has really good solo damage on Pianist with the fire elemental advantage. So you can definitely consider that. It's a lazy way to get a good amount of experience. What's the recommended stat roll for each mage gear? Yeah, Vinny, let me try to remember, because it's all in my guide, but I'll try and recall it just for you. Stat roll. Okay. So you're talking about like what base stat to scroll? With the helmet, I wouldn't scroll anything that's below 14 stat. So the base stat is a maximum of 15 stat, but it drops pretty frequently, and I think 14 stat is really easy to find. So I would be going for at least 14 stat and trying to hit at least 6 out of 7 60s, and then, you know, 22 stat is where you, 14 plus 12, 26 stat is where you can leave your helmet. So that would be my target for the helmet. Sorry, I'm getting outpaced by the comments, so let me read a few comments before I address that any further. I was getting insane experience at Chief Greys though on my 100 to 120 priest. Yeah, Chief Greys is one of the only maps in which party play is good. There are no other maps that it's good in. Why are so many people looking for buff groups in? I saw people spamming earlier for like dice or whatever. People just, you know, they don't have every buff. They want to coordinate with one another, which is really good. You have buffs that you know others need and vice versa, and people are making the effort to get together, which is really good. It's been more of a thing recently. I think like 2 months ago we didn't see anyone making buff parties, but it's a good way to bring the community together, and it negates the need for buff mules because you're using each other's buffs instead of your own buffs like I tend to use. So yeah, that's really good. D-Cell said that's what he was doing when he was soloing Pianist as well. Yeah, it's a really good way to level. You got a secret spot for farming Chaos Crystals. Don't tell people or they'll swarm it. What do you mean? Chaos Crystal is a universal drop. That should be the same rate like everywhere, but you know, if you got something that works for you, fantastic. That's an insane VAR hat. It's decent. Okay, sorry. Let me put, okay, objectively it's very good, yes. Sorry, I don't want to like toot my own horn. It's good, but I do want to improve on it as well. It just is so expensive to use helmet 30s. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I've got a bunch of 15 stat helmets also in here right now, and I'll consider what I want to do with them. Yours is 19 stat. You can definitely improve upon that. You can find 14 stat right there, hit at least like 5, and then you're on 24. Like, that's very easily upgradable for you. I mean, it's been a while since I've gone through my gear. I can definitely go through it soon. Very few party maps, that kills the game IMO, but we're all hoping that Dragon Canyon is what's going to rectify that. I think he definitely will. He's heard our feedback. He knows that we want party maps. And I think we're going to get something really exciting when Dragon Canyon comes out. Yours is 24. It's probably your best item. Yeah, when you're looking at like what you want to upgrade, it should all be put in perspective. You know, how good one slot is compared to another, and which one is your weakest slot and the one you need to focus on. For me at the moment with my gear, let me continue grinding while I'm doing this. I think my weakest slot, so 30 stat VAR hat, 51 stat overall, 27 stat, like, fucking done. Cape, never touching again. And then the Green Sierra, plus 5, it's 3 30s, 2 60s, which is basically 4 30s. Earrings, 40 stat. Shoes, 18 stat, but I have 20 stat shoes somewhere. These ones just have speed and jump that I need. And then my weapon, my unwelcome one can be improved. and my shield is really good on 42. So out of all of this, I think the first thing I want to upgrade is the overall. The overall, we can go higher than 51. I want to target like 60, but it's really hard to find the base equipment to scroll. So I need to spend more time in Corridor 104, or just wait until Dragon Canyon is released and maybe we get a new overall with it. I'm not sure. I hit 95. Thanks, JD. Jadani, for ruining my life. Nice. I did nothing to you, okay? You watched me and stumbled into the game and then decided to play it. But 95, congratulations. I don't know why you've never asked. Like, I've never seen you in game. I don't know what your alias is. I'd happily give you my dice buffs if you want to come to my channel, or anyone, for that matter. I don't have dice active. 4. 6. 6 is good. With 6, I go to 104. Vince. Oh! Yeah, my man. Alright, I'll never forget the alias. I'll never forget it. Thank you so much, alright? I appreciate you. I'll see you when I see you, brother. Alright, we're going to Corridor 104 with our 6 dice buff. We like to come here because with the dice buff, I can 2-shot the mobs. But I didn't ruin your life, Nace. You did it all to yourself, buddy. I just gave you the tools to ruin it, and then you ruined it yourself. But yeah, I mean, if anyone wants dice in game, just like whisper me and come to my channel, and it's all yours. When did they add level 200 plus insanely perfect? The funny thing about it is that they never added it because it always existed, but nobody knew, and they never told us until someone passed 200. Only then did we realize that it actually could be passed. So it's a pretty interesting story. But yeah, that's how it went down. There wasn't a point in time. I know. That was all a prank, you'll never be done? I believe we'll never be done. Yep. As long as we're enjoying the game, that's all that really matters, right? No, of course, that was my natural assumption too, absolutely. I was asking for them to add it, but it was here all along. You think they'll ever add white scrolls? I think it's a firm no on white scrolls. It's kind of a feature that, you know, lets every gear theoretically be perfected. Once you perfect gear, there's nothing really to work on. I personally don't like it for those reasons, and I think Balte agrees. But you never know, you know, because the history of the game is just that, like, mechanics have just been added out of nowhere sometimes. Like, the Gachapon system was dropped on us, the scroll vending machine was just dropped on us one day. We have no idea what's coming, so, you know, you never know. You remember Balte mentioned that you got about a scroll that gives you a slot back but 50% boom? I've never heard him say anything like that. That's, yeah, that's interesting. Gives you a slot back but booms 50%. When would you use this? Yeah, any gear that's like, you know, one slot off completion. You've perfected every piece of gear somehow. You'd retire your IL then? No, I probably wouldn't. It would depend on what content is in the game, you know? Like, we're still eagerly awaiting things like raid bosses. The bosses we have in the game at the moment are very not challenging. It depends on the content, but for me personally, I just like to have a goal to work on, and gear usually formulates one of those goals. He said it when he was in the Chrono server in FM. Interesting, interesting. But yeah, I just want goals within the game. It gives me direction, something to work towards, and, you know, a sense of accomplishment once I achieve those goals. And without that, I struggle to enjoy the game. But Chronostory's been really good with that. But yeah, perfecting every piece of your gear is, you know, theoretically possible, but like basically impossible, right? But like in this current iteration. But the addition of like white scrolls would make everything like a lot more easy to perfect. Alright, about 11 more minutes on the grind. We'll move into Gachapon and finish with some scrolling. It's going to be a shorter one today. I do need to duck out reasonably early. Maybe I'll go for like an hour and 15. I'm not sure exactly. I would say no on white scrolls. I dislike them. It's just a little too polarizing, you know, like back when, you know, it's one of the things that was introduced to like global MapleStory that made everything a little too chaotic amongst, you know, chaos scrolls and other crazy stuff. I just don't think we need, yeah, like insane variance like that. Actually, it kind of reduces variance. OSMS, there was a glitch to dupe white scrolls. Game over, right? Like, if anything like that happens, it's a server reset, you know, kind of game bug. We almost had a server reset a couple of times in Chronostory, you know, so 30s is a perfect sweet spot of managing the impossible perfect gear to me. Yeah, it's attainable, but it's extremely difficult. Like, I would consider my cape to be perfect, even though it's not technically perfect, right? Perfect in the sense that, like, I will never realistically work on it again until something new is released. But my critique about when 30% were introduced is that they don't cost enough and they drop way too frequently from the mobs that drop them. I wish they were a little more selective and exclusive than they were in the game. He kind of just dropped them in, and then like there would be no reason to ever use a 10 or 10% scroll ever again. I wish like the cost is only like 1.5x the amount of the 60s. I genuinely think it should be like 5 times, like something like ludicrous where like these scrolls are really, really special. And they should drop from the monsters like 5 times less or something like that. Like I really thought they should be a lot more exclusive. I'm sitting here holding like fucking 700 gun 30% scrolls. Like it's not, you know, it's kind of crazy, but yeah, that's just how the history of, you know, mechanics has been introduced into this game. It's always something like huge and game altering. Yeah, that is bad, I agree. Yeah, he should have made it more expensive. Yeah, I totally agree. But you can't really go back on that now, that's the problem. When you're too generous to begin with, it's unfair to reduce the generosity. Like, you know, you're not really in the habit of nerfing things, because it'd be unfair to those who played on, you know, during that time. So it's really hard to retrace your steps and go back from there. But yeah, I would have loved to have seen those things considered. I think we've had like too many things thrusted upon us. Like if anyone was playing back when Gachapon was introduced, that was such a long time ago, but it just dropped out of the sky. And the next thing you know, everyone had to pull there to get their pink adventurer capes and purple adventurer capes. It just felt a little too early for that to be in the game. But that's all one man's opinion. 8 minutes till Gamba. Guys only want one thing and it's disgusting. Okay, let me recap what I'm gambling because it might not satisfy you as much as the usual dosage. The main thing will just be the 2 gloves and like maybe I'll do some hats because I'm a little short on things to entertain you guys with today. And then 1 glove, but the rings are the main priority. Like if we can finish our last ring, I'll be so ecstatic. And other than that, I don't really have anything to scroll, so I'll just be like doing a really good amount of Gachapon like we did last time. And hopefully we get some earrings at the same time. Dosage. Not happening, champ, give up. You clearly missed my last stream ice drop, alright? If you watched that, it would be telling you to suck it. I know ball? Oh, Crash Bash music. Yeah. This is Crash Bash. One of my favorite PS1 games. Cambry, hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. After the ring, next goal is a belt. Yeah, definitely. I'll be on Chief. I'll be riding that bot. I'll be vigilantly scouting that boss. Alright, 5 more minutes. I can make it. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tired. But I can do it. I'm waking up at like 4 AM at night at like some bizarre times. I don't know. People cheer. Thank you. Any more pianist drama today? Do you want drama, Nam? No, there's no more drama. In fact, Argud and I are reconciling, so, you know, we're just finding a mutual understanding. It's been good. We don't really want any drama at the end of the day. We just want to enjoy the game. 5 out of 5 again tonight. I don't have any capes to scroll. I've got one glove. We got insanely close with the other glove. We got 3 out of 3. 3 out of 3 and then it boomed. But like, could you imagine if we got back-to-back 5 out of 5s? Oh my god. But I don't have enough equipment to scroll tonight, astronauts, so it's going to be a pretty melodramatic scrolling session. Because I've just been bossing all day. It's all the more reason I want the pianist to complete, because if it does complete, I can focus more on grinding, and then I'll find more drops and have more things to scroll. So I don't have as many equipment to scroll when I'm only bossing. What do I got? 2 more minutes. Alright, I'll do a little bit more dicege. 5 is good. Shouldn't you be saving up more? What if a new cape or a new glove comes out? I'm saving up all my chaos crystals. That's what I'm doing. I'm still using scroll vouchers. I'm only going for like near perfect gear, so you know, if new equipment comes out, it would still feel okay. Are you hoarding chaos crystals right now? I am, Vinny. Yeah. I want direction on like what's actually going to happen to the staff. I really just want to know, you know, is there going to be any dragon weapons before I commit to making a really good unwelcome staff that's at least +6 or better. So that's my intention. And it's a little unfortunate because, you know, hoarding is not fun, but I think it's necessary. I could have hoarded a lot longer. Like, this is pretty, you know, short notice to be hoarding. And hey, I'm doing Gachapon to compensate for it, you know, so I'm willing to spend all my miso. I don't really care about miso, but I'm hoarding chaos crystals. Is sharks better or sources for dex crystals? It's most certainly sharks by a mile, because in this map, only one of the... Oh, in sources, only one of the sources drop the dex crystals, and it's at a lower rate, so yeah, sharks is definitely, for dex crystals specifically, going to be better. Alright, we've reached the end. I'll go straight into the Gachapon because I am a little tired today. I'm going to be doing a shorter stream, and yeah, I'm going to be streaming on Friday, my usual timing, but I should also be streaming on the weekend, which is going to be really exciting. So that's going to have a little more adrenaline to it. I'll energize myself for that moment, but I'd be lying today if I said, you know, I was as energetic as I wanted to be. Yeah, yay indeed, you know, anytime we stream out of our cycle, it's a good time. Alright. Let's wrap it up here and make our way to the silo. Your hunter had cobwebs on him for some reason. There's a dirty hermit around throwing shadow web. Thoughts on recent balance changes? Are mages worse off? I think the answer to that is no. I mean, mages or ice lightning. I'm answering just for the ice lightning. But smite looks really good too, so the priest is definitely better. I didn't really check what the fire poison changes were, but I'm sure those are fine as well. Nice! Oh, there he is! Alright, I'm gonna add him to my party at least, so I can give him... I've never seen him, so I can give him dice. What can we roll for him? A 4? Alright, enjoy your drop rate, buddy. Enjoy. Okay, let's get our... Oh, I guess he's watching me. Let's get our Gachapon tickets. I swear to god my 104 map had an overall in it. Like a blue overall. Am I tripping? It's too late now, obviously. I swear to god, like a blue Bazura, a green Bazura or something dropped and I didn't find it. Oh my god. Whatever. Maybe I'll look back at the VOD. I feel like I missed like a blue overall. Do dice stack? No, they can't stack. But anyhow, the balance changes for 4th job, yeah, I think are really favorable for the definitely the Ice Lightning Mage, looking really fucking good. Really, really good. I didn't buy my Gachapon tickets, what am I doing? Sorry. I can't do another 1,000 today, I can't. I can do 500, I can do 500. Even that is a lot. 448. Yep. But yeah, Ice Lightning, you know, all we got was Chain Lightning increased vertical range and Blizzard lower cooldown, but it's only like 3 seconds lower. It's still really good. Yeah, no problem. That barely made a dent. Yeah, not really. Not really. It's, you know, 4% of my net worth. Alright, I need to sell this gear too. Sorry, I'm in shambles at the moment. Let me quickly sell everything. I don't even think I need to keep a 12 stat cape. Like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. So, I don't really think anything here needs to be held. Okay, now I'm actually gonna do some Gachapon. Like, actually. Alright, let's get this all the way up. Gareki, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Alright, we're doing some Gachapon today. What's that overall to keep for 30s? 20 stat. I'm going for 23 and above. That's what I personally keep. But you can obviously keep 20 and above as well. That's still pretty good. Your Smega didn't go off. I'm muted. Okay. Thank you. There was some, you know, there was some deranged Smegas going off earlier today. I had to mute for once. I usually do not mute. That's how bad it was. Alrighty. Let's do it. It's been 1.5, more than 1.5k tickets that I've not got an earring in. So we're definitely due. We're definitely due. No, my name is not Ni Hao. That's absurd. You feel duped. Oh, come on. Hita ni hao. I'll be annoyed if I don't get an earring, honestly. It's been way too long. Africa, how you doing, man? Good to see you, as always. Like, come on, it's been like, you know, 2.5k tickets or something. If I go through this and don't hit. Justin, hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. You guys flatter me. Boss, goat, all that shit. You know, you guys are glazing me up like always. I appreciate it. This conversation's so funny. You had a white friend who misspoke and called your D&D character Ni Hao La La. That would have been funny. Alright, nothing on the first batch, unfortunately, but what's new? We got 322 to go. Okay. Why don't you gacha at Lith Harbor for pack and BWG? BWG? I've got a pack on both my characters. And Brown Work Glove, unless you hit like 17 attack at least, you can make one with a stat that has more power overall than it. Like 15 stat, 13 attack or something, 14 attack. Basically, I prefer the stat gloves to the Brown Work Glove. I don't really think it's necessary. Hit 530s on those packs? Oh, I mean, sure. But if my main character... Yo, what's up, Vinny? If my main character was a weapon attack class, then I'd probably do that. I'd probably go for something really insane on the pack, right? But because it's a mage, then I don't really go there. Sorry, I haven't been looking at my inventory. Can I scroll up and see an earring? No, of course not. Because life's just, you know, too easy. That would be way too easy. I've been fail stacking Gachapon for you, Vinny, alright? You'll pull something good. Why don't you go Xeno? Those drop earrings as well. Mostly because my earrings are already really good. They're 40 stat. I'm not desperate to upgrade it. I mean, it's impossible. It's like so hard to upgrade it. I need to hit 430s on an earring, so that's the main reason. If I wanted to boss and get Chaos Crystals, I'd be happy to do Xeno Mega after I get all my rings, because once 4th drop drops, it's going to be really difficult because Pianist is going to be really easy to kill. There's going to be a lot more people doing it. Therefore, I want to get all my rings done now before that happens. Cowboy, where is what? Where's my earrings? Yeah, good question. This is ridiculous. Look at this outfit, so cute. It's so new to the game. 1 stat helmet. Why is this 1 dex 4 luck? You're just like, oh yep, let me try a different stat on this thing. 9 dex. Okay, now we're talking. Your top is clean, bro. Hello. Hello, 7 slot top alert. Okay, these pants are pretty good. Nice. 10 attack gloves, very good. And 60s on the... Brother, we're level 95. Why are we using a level 60 claw? Oh my god. Yellow snowshoes! Oh my god, nice. You're hurting me, man. You had to get looked up, alright? You just slipped right there. Danman, how's it going, man? Good to see you. Yellow snowshoes on the thief. I'm only comfortable teasing Nace. If it was someone else, I don't think I would tease that hard. But brother, we gotta improve our gear. Alright, how many cash do I have left? 120? I mean, I'm starting to think the earrings don't exist here. And I guess I don't care that much, whatever. It is what it is. How frustrating. Again. Dun, 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 dun. Earrings harder to get? Or brown work glove and pack? Earrings are 1 in 200 from Xeno. Pack is like 1 in 460, I want to say. I don't know exactly, something like that. So, earrings is easier to get. I'm not sure about the brown work glove, but I think that's lower odds as well. Have you made a Marauder Mule RuneScape? Yeah, I have. My Marauder is ready to go. You only learned a few days ago that you can reroll the crafted Pearl Rings to make them up to 2 stat. Yeah, you most certainly can. Thanks, Togain. If you're getting your Chronostory knowledge from Togain, you've got some problems going on, you know. I've said it before. Very, very intelligent, MapleStory. He understands all the history. 500 IQ, you know, for classic MapleStory. But for Chronostory, 0 IQ player. Thanks for your streamer. Look, you got earrings. Oh, Vinny! Those were my earrings! God. That's crazy. Starting beef again? I'm not. He doesn't play the game enough. Alright, well congratulations to Vinny, who's been very generous in my chat, might I add, so we're happy for him, okay? Congratulations on your earrings. Vinny, you definitely didn't steal them from me. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm not bothered. Are mules in shambles? Baltai's nerfing them? No, I don't think that any of that's going to happen now. I know there's been a lot of conversation around mules, and we discussed it before. But I think it's... I don't know where all the like anti-mule rhetoric is coming from, but... I don't think Baltai's going to do anything about it. Okay. Let's do the scrolling. Shadower or Marksman? If you're asking me personally, Crimson... Based on the 4th job teasers and how good Assaulter Plus looks specifically, so getting around the map looks amazing as a Shadower, I'd have to suggest Shadower. And I think it also has insanely good single target DPS, but yeah. Marksman is okay. Shadower, I think, by far. I feel like your F2 smile betrays how you really feel inside. It's just like when you're texting someone, you know, you're reacting to someone's reels. You send them like laughing emojis and you're looking like this. You're like, laugh emoji. It's natural, it's normal. I'm not psychotic, right? Okay. We'll do the helmets first. Let's like get them out of here. 2 fish here. Nah. No time for that. Alright. Helmets. I don't think I have any helmet scrolls. It's annoying because they're so expensive. And the helmet is one of like the slots I want to 30% the least. But I'm gonna do it anyway. I've been pronouncing it Butte this whole time. Am I wrong? I can't remember if he's ever told us how to pronounce it. I mean, everything is fine, you know? People love saying booty. Even though it's, you know, you're not suggesting to say booty, you're saying Butte. People love to say whatever they want to say. You can say booty. You pronounce meso wrong. Miso. Whatever, okay? Don't think we'll get Zachhelm. I think we will. But that's so far down the line that it's not going to stop me from like trying to upgrade my dark Var hat for now. Booty, according to his Discord profile picture, everyone is correct, okay? No one is wrong. It's okay. Alright, let's scroll our Dark Var helmets. We got one. Who is scrolling next to me? I'm so distracted. Alright, that's better. I can't hear them as loud. Okay. We got 3 more to go. We're past 1. Fuck. We're just fail stacking. It's okay. Alright, 1 out of 6. Is that a sign of things to come or not? Whitey Scroller's Black Hats, a level 91, can also get 14 stats. This one can get 15 stats, so this one's already 1 stat higher. And I'm only scrolling 15 stat helmets. So, yeah, these ones are better now. Alright, let's get rid of this. See if we can get 2 in a row. So basically, in order to beat my current one, I need to go to the scroll vending machine. I'll just go 1 at a time. I don't want any excess scrolls, basically. This just in, dramatic streamer starts beef with guy scrolling gear. Alright, but yeah, to beat my previous one, I need 2 30s and 5 60s, and I'll probably go for more 60s than that, because it's okay. I know you're teasing, it's all good. Let me make my helmet disappear. It's a magic trick. Alright, well, let me now make my gloves disappear in another magic trick. Ta-da! That's 72, yeah, that's gun 30. It's gun 30, that's my time at Sharks. Alright, well, we just made 2 things disappear. Like a magician. Oh, I don't even need this cape anymore, so let me sell everything. Yeah, I'm about ready to end, guys. The rings are gonna be the final piece. I'm begging, please, just, I need one of them to pass. Not only do I need to find the Dark Pearl rings, I need to find the scrolls. That's also the extremely annoying part. But I have an accessory luck 30 and an accessory luck, accessory in 30. I finally found them. I have 2 more pulls, 2 more chances. Please, I don't want to have to go to fish unless I want to go. I can't take it, I can't take it. Let me get a raid set up. Regardless, you know, when the ring dies, the stream will die. I'm gonna raid Discover Africa today. Where did you train your Marauder past level 100? I was mostly just in Apex Cordians because I like to play... When I was farming in Shark Cave, I could also like play my Marauder just going left and right with backspin blow. So when I was training it, I wasn't getting the best rates. But I was just able to like play it really easily because I was effectively like, you know, just pressing 2 buttons on my controller. So I went to Apex Cornians, but I don't suggest it. I think the caves are better. People like to go to like Cold Shark Cave. Great Gunga, please. What is the most optimal way to farm Chaos Crystals? It's probably bossing. If you have a, you know, a good party of 6. If it's not bossing, it's somewhere that summons mobs like, you know, gobbies or cheap greys, but it's nothing anywhere near as good as bossing. But in order to get to a bossing party, you kind of need to be like, you know, level 150 plus for anyone to be like excited about adding you. Alright, I've been delaying. Without further ado, let me start to get a raid set up, and we're gonna go straight into the rings, please. Alright, it's ready, it's ready, I'm ready, I'm ready. Here we go, guys. Without further delay, please, please end the pain now. No, please, one more shot, just one more shot. I can't take it, I can't take it, please! It's relief more than anything, more than like jubilation. I'm officially done with all my Dark Pearl rings. Pianus, goodbye. Fuck you. See you never. No more. AP reset. I'll get right on that, Vinny. Thank you. Congrats on leveling Pianus, Dale. Oh, I'm so relieved more than anything. I'm not even like, you know, ecstatic. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much for joining. I'll see you all on Friday, and then I'm going to be streaming on the weekend too, so I'll talk more about that on Friday. Have an amazing time. Take it easy until then. Bye-bye, everyone.